Hey there, Capricorn. This reading is for Capricorn suns only. For whatever reason, Spirit just wanted me to do for sun signs only this time. So we are looking at that new moon in Sagittarius. It is, it's already happened as I'm recording this. It happened at 1:21 a.m. this morning. We have got such great energy around it. It will be a full moon. Wow, you have a lot of cards. It'll be a full moon on May 31st of 2026. It's an 18-month cycle on this one. And when it becomes a full moon, it is still going to be conjunct Aldebaran where it is right now. It barely moves at all. This is such powerful, auspicious, good luck kind of energy coming through. And so you have an opportunity to really manifest and create something, to set a target on something. But you have a lot of things. Of course, you got the card of endurance. You have a lot of things coming through. So what do we have here? Ooh. Per usual. Per usual, Capricorn, I'm sorry to report that you're being asked to be patient. This requires endurance. It requires vision. It requires strategy, good decision making process. There is some confusion, but it will complete in a cycle. But when I see these little chickens here, that one sitting on the nest there today, that feels like waiting for things to hatch. We have the card of strategy, which is definitely about using that energy of Mars. So it's Mars and Gemini, but we have other planets going through Gemini that are going to be part of this decision-making process. And Mars went through and it touched on some of these spaces. Well, it touched on all of the degrees when it went through recently, but there's something about this energy of Mars as it sits in opposition to your sign, kind of hatching something. So it is about choosing, right? The energy of choice and decision making. Again, we have Mars highlighted here, but this is in Libra, and so all this air energy. This is about making choices, right? And we have Mars in Aquarius. So the three air signs, okay? The three air signs of Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini, and they're all Mars. So we have rebellion, choice, and decision, right? And so there's something about the way you are thinking through a situation. It requires your vision. Your ruling planet is Saturn right now is in Pisces, where this is a card for Pisces. And by the time we get to the full moon, though, it'll have moved on and be into Aries. And so this is a battle of endurance. So I want to say the journey isn't easy, but I always feel like the journey isn't easy for you, Capricorn, but I always feel like it's worth it, right? It always feels like you learn so much, you grow so much, and so there is a cycle with the moon card here that will be coming to a conclusion, the completion with that full moon. Let's see if we can figure out where the growth is, where the opportunity is, how you can use this energy. Yeah, it's time to go. And the tribe. Okay, so when this is the card of community, of conversation. And so there's an area for growth within a community. Some of it you're going to have to be patient for as it happens. And it could be that you're switching communities. You may be moving. It could be job. It could be home. It's definitely like moving away from something. This card of rebellion, it's really interesting because it shows this guy who's stabbing the twins in the head. But we also have this fortress here, and it feels like it's against conventional thinking. And you can be such a card of a sign of conventional thinking, right? Especially when Venus was just moved through your sign. When she moves through your sign, she really emphasizes that. And Pluto going through your sign was about, hey, look at all this conventional stuff that needs to be transformed. And now that we recognize, right, because now that Pluto, thank God, is out of Capricorn, there's this energy of having to understand and to recognize that the conventional way of doing things isn't it anymore. And so it's almost like you've got to re-strategize, reconfigure the way you think, looking at things in order for the clouds of confusion to clear. There has to be, there's a doorway here. She's walking into the fog to get to the doorway, right? It's like moving through this foggy energy over the course of the next 18 months to try to recognize and see where it is you want to go. And I feel like it's a dream that comes from within that really pushes your way forward. And there's this community around it, right? And so it's almost as though you're moving from one community, whether that is work, spiritual, intellectual, maybe your thought process, just the way you think of things. Like, I mean, politically is a community, right? So maybe you're reassessing, reevaluating. There's definitely that going on because you have all this air sign here. What is your vision for the future? What is it that you want to see manifest and develop? And how can you build a structure around it, right? And so, oh, downloads and insights coming in. Wow. All right. So by the time I get to that full moon, Uranus will be, and that's lightning, and that I used to think of Uranus. That is the energy of Uranus, which rules Aquarius, which is being transformed right now, right? And also the 11th house, right? It represents the energy of Aquarius as the outer community here, right? It's time to move the tribe. I feel like you're going to find a new way of being. It is going to come from choices that you make from the heart. I'm trying that endurance with, oh, wow. We have the bull. You have the card of opportunity and grounding. There is something, you're going to have to fight for what you want. Look, you have all this Mars energy, right? Mars in all the areas of thought. Mars, and then we have this wrestling here going on with this endurance card, which is the sun in Scorpio. It says, stand up forcibly for what you believe. So, Neptune is about, Pisces is around our belief systems. You got Neptune going through there. You got your ruling planet going through there. What you believe is changing. That's where things are moving. Now, whether that also relates to now you have to move. You have to change friends. You have to change jobs, places to live, whatever. It doesn't really matter. What's changing, what's moving, what's being transmuted in your life right now is your thought process. How you look at things, how you view things, right? Capricorn and Aquarius are both ruled by Saturn, and so that they would have like this energy of what's going on inside of me and what's going on outside of me, and how do I bring this and reconcile it all into balance? Makes total sense. So stand up forcefully for what you believe. Your strength and intelligence will get you through, right? I mean, this wrestling of the lion there, it's not like the Leo card, right, where the lion is gently being asked to change. This is like, I'm fighting it. It's like you're fighting against maybe the demons inside of you, right? The way you've always done things, the way you always thought about things, but it could be the outside forces, right? People who don't want to accept when you make changes or you're choosing to look at things differently. And so it says, don't rush your decision based on limited information. We have all of the air signs highlighted here with this Mars. This is about actively researching, actively involving yourself in the thought process and allowing yourself to think things back and forth a little bit, right? That Libra, kind of bringing things back into balance, making a really wise choice based on, do you know what you actually believe? Do you know what you actually believe, right? So you want to welcome the opinions of other people. You want to welcome their constructive thought process, but ultimately it needs to be your thought. And so with this comes the opportunity. You know, the card of opportunity. And so it says it is an opportune time. And I'm telling you, the degree point that this new moon is happening at is actually called a golden-haired goddess of opportunity. And you have the opportunity card. And so opportunity is definitely something that is coming forward here, and it's going to come as though a download. We got Isis in here, right? She's bringing it like this big, powerful energy, this thought process, this ability to manifest and create what you want, to really tap into that energy. And so right now, Uranus and Taurus is trining your sign, and then when it moves into Gemini, it's in trine with all of this energy of flowing and shifting and changing and thinking in a new way. You are a wise old soul. and a preeminent strategist. I'm telling you, strategy is part of this, right? You know your motives and you anticipate the successful outcome before a move is even made. You are on the right track, right? So don't let other people's thoughts or feelings or beliefs, or what do you believe in? What do you believe in? And over the course of the next 18 months, if you move forward based on what your vision of the future is, what you believe in, what you believe is right for you, and you make choices and decisions based on that knowingness inside of you, you are on the right track and you will be successful. Okay, we have self-focus, record keeper, and self-love. It comes with surrender. That surrender card is interesting because it's not what you think it's going to say. I'm going to have to, I remember looking at it and going, whoa. The surrender card says sudden change, radical trust, graceful submission to fate. You may be wrestling with your fate. You may be, this wrestling here is you may be trying to hang on to the old ways, and Pluto already went through your sign. It's like, no. Nope, time to move forward. So self-love, self-focus. Look at all that beautiful pink energy coming through. This is heart chakra energy. This is really allowing yourself to focus on what it is that you value in yourself and in others. I want to see what the record keeper says because I've never seen that before. However, it is sacred geometry and almost like the flower of life, but on it looks like the shape of a disco ball. Right? So what number is that? 4? Your divine path, shared learning, and the wisdom of an elder. Well, you are the wisdom of the elder, right? They already told us that you are a wise soul. You know it's time to go. Don't let other people hold you back, and don't hold yourself back. Be willing to move with the energy that wants to take you to the next step, to the next place, to the success. All right, you guys take really good care. I don't know when I'll be back on here. Keep your eye out, but you can find me on Facebook almost every day, and I'd love to see you over there. You guys take care.